Have you ever sat in the bathroom, waiting and waiting, only to feel like nothing really happened? Maybe you strain, you shift, you sigh, and when you finally get up, you still don't feel any better. Or perhaps you feel bloated after every meal, even if you didn't eat that much. Your belly feels tight, your pants feel snug, and that light feeling you used to have after a good morning routine, it's just not there anymore. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. After the age of 60, many older adults quietly struggle with constipation, slow digestion, or even trouble urinating. It's the kind of issue no one wants to bring up at dinner, and yet it affects your whole day. You feel heavier, more tired, and less comfortable in your own body. You may find yourself avoiding meals, cutting back on fiber without realizing it, or even depending too much on laxatives just to feel some relief. But here's something no one told you. This doesn't have to be your new normal. Yes, digestion slows down as we age. The muscles in our gut don't contract as quickly. The nerves that tell us it's time to go aren't as sharp. We may move less, drink less water, or take medications that quietly affect the gut. But while all of that is true, there's something else that's even more important. Your body still wants to work. It still knows how to find balance. It just needs a little help. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 everyday foods that can gently, naturally help your digestion get back on track. These are not trendy pills or miracle teas. They're real familiar foods like chia seeds, papaya, oats, sweet potatoes, and kefir that work with your body to improve bowel movements, reduce bloating, and help you feel light again. These foods are safe, affordable, and proven to support healthy gut function, especially for people over 60. You'll also hear real stories from people just like you, folks who struggled in silence for years, and then found relief just by making a few small changes in their diet. So if you've been feeling stuck, slowed down, or backed up, and you've quietly wondered, is this just aging? I want you to know, it doesn't have to be. This video will give you the knowledge, tools, and gentle encouragement to help your body feel good again, starting today. And trust me, when your digestion is happy, everything else feels a little bit easier too. I know you are a person who likes to watch videos quietly. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do it because you are a kind person. If the video is helpful, press 1. If the video is not good enough or needs improvement, press 2. Thanks everyone. Now let's get started. Number 1. Why digestion gets slower. After 60, for most of her life, Margaret didn't think twice about her digestion. She'd eat breakfast, have a cup of coffee, and by mid-morning, everything would move the way it should. But after she turned 65, something began to change. Some mornings, nothing happened. Other days, she felt heavy, bloated, or just stuck. Meals she once enjoyed became uncomfortable. And though she laughed it off around friends, calling it just part of getting older, deep down, it bothered her. She felt slower, not just in movement, but inside her body too. What Margaret experienced is incredibly common, but rarely talked about. After the age of 60, the entire digestive system begins to slow down. The muscles that contract and move food through the intestines, known as peristalsis, lose some of their strength and coordination. That means waste doesn't travel through the colon as efficiently, leading to constipation, bloating, and that sluggish, heavy feeling many seniors know all too well. At the same time, the nerves in the gut become less sensitive, so the natural urge to go, what used to feel urgent and predictable, becomes delayed or dulled. That's why so many older adults say, "I just don't feel it anymore." Other factors make it worse. As we age, we tend to drink less water, often without realizing it. Some people avoid drinking too much because they fear waking up at night or having to rush to the bathroom. But dehydration makes stool drier, harder, and more difficult to pass. On top of that, fiber intake often drops, especially if someone has started eating less, or avoids fruits and vegetables due to chewing or digestion concerns. And then there are medications, painkillers, blood pressure pills, iron supplements, and even some common antacids. Many of these can slow the bowels as a side effect. Add in less physical activity, which helps stimulate gut movement, and it's no wonder so many people over 60 begin to feel backed up. But here's the hopeful truth. Your digestive system may be slower, but it is not broken. It's simply asking for help. The body is still responsive, still capable of restoring rhythm, regularity, and relief with the right kinds of support. Margaret didn't need a prescription. She just needed a few small changes. A glass of warm water with lemon in the morning, a tablespoon of chia seeds soaked overnight, a short walk after lunch instead of going straight to the couch. And slowly, steadily, her gut began to wake up. She no longer dreaded her mornings. Her belly felt lighter and her mood brighter. "I didn't realize how much my digestion was weighing me down," she said, "until it didn't anymore." Let me gently ask you, have you been quietly dealing with the same thing? Slower digestion, irregular days, discomfort you don't talk about? What if the answer didn't lie in harsh laxatives or just waiting it out, but in feeding your body with what it actually needs? In the next section, we'll explore the first small but powerful food that helped Margaret and countless others start feeling light and regular again. Chia seeds. Don't let their size fool you. Number 2. Chia seeds. Tiny grains. Big relief. When Margaret first heard about chia seeds, she thought they were just a trendy health food for younger people. She remembered seeing them on social media, sprinkled over smoothie bowls or floating in expensive health drinks, and never imagined they could be useful for someone like her. But after her granddaughter gifted her a small jar of chia and told her to try it for digestion, Margaret decided to give it a chance. She stirred a spoonful into a glass of water, let it sit overnight, and drank it the next morning. The texture was strange at first, gel-like and a little slippery, but not unpleasant. What surprised her most wasn't the taste. It was what happened 3 days later. For the first time in weeks, she had a comfortable, complete bowel movement and felt lighter, calmer, and more in control than she had in a long time. So what makes chia seeds so special? Despite their tiny size, chia seeds are a powerhouse of soluble fiber. Just 1 tablespoon contains nearly 5 grams of fiber, and when soaked in liquid, they form a gel-like consistency that adds moisture and bulk to the stool, making it easier to pass. For older adults dealing with slow or dry bowels, this softening effect can make a world of difference. Instead of harsh laxatives that cause cramping or urgency, chia seeds work with the body, gently, gradually, and naturally. They also support gut health in other ways. The fiber in chia feeds the good bacteria in your intestines, which helps promote a balanced microbiome. A healthy gut means better digestion, less inflammation, and even improved immune function. And because chia seeds are so easy to use, they fit effortlessly into most routines. The key is hydration. Chia seeds absorb up to 10 times their weight in water, so if you eat them dry without enough fluids, they can actually make constipation worse. That's why soaking them overnight is ideal. You can stir them into water, milk, or a smoothie, and let them sit for a few hours or overnight. In the morning, the seeds will have expanded into a gentle gel-like mixture that's ready to nourish your gut. Margaret now starts each day with her chia water, sometimes adding a bit of lemon or honey. Some days she mixes the seeds into her oatmeal or sprinkles them over yogurt. It's simple, it's inexpensive, and for her, it's become one of the most important habits of her morning. It's strange to say a little seed changed my mornings, she smiles, but it really did. Let me ask you, have you been relying on pills or powders to feel regular again, when something as small as a seed could do the job, naturally and gently? In the next part, we'll look at a bright, sweet tropical fruit that not only tastes great, but contains powerful enzymes that help your body break down food and move things along. Papaya. Number 3. Papaya, nature's gentle cleanser. Henry never paid much attention to tropical fruits. He liked his toast, a little oatmeal, maybe a banana now and then. But after turning 74, he began noticing a change. Meals didn't sit right anymore. He'd eat less than usual, yet feel uncomfortably full. Some mornings, he wouldn't go to the bathroom at all. Other days, it felt incomplete, like his body was trying, but couldn't quite finish the job. It wasn't painful, just frustrating. His doctor called it age-related digestive slowdown, and Henry nodded, accepting it as something he had to live with. That is, until a quiet Sunday visit to his sister changed everything. Over lunch, she served him a bowl of soft orange cubes. "Papaya," she smiled. "It's not just fruit, it's medicine in disguise." Henry was skeptical, but the texture was soft, the taste sweet and soothing. So he ate it. And the next morning, something surprising happened. For the first time in weeks, his stomach felt light. He didn't feel bloated after breakfast. And without hesitation or strain, he had a complete, smooth bowel movement. That was the start of a new routine, one that changed the way he felt, inside and out. So what is it about papaya that makes it so powerful? Papaya is a tropical fruit rich in papain, a natural digestive enzyme that helps the body break down proteins more efficiently. As we age, our own enzyme production slows, which is one reason many older adults struggle with bloating, gas, and incomplete digestion after meals. Papain fills in the gap, helping the stomach do its job more gently and thoroughly. Unlike over-the-counter enzyme pills, papaya delivers this support naturally, along with hydration, fiber, and antioxidants. But papaya doesn't stop there. It's also packed with soluble fiber, which absorbs water in the digestive tract and helps soften stool, making it easier and more comfortable to pass. This is especially helpful for seniors, whose colons may move more slowly and extract too much water from the stool, making it dry and difficult to eliminate. A daily serving of ripe papaya can restore regularity without the harsh push of laxatives or synthetic fiber powders. And perhaps best of all, it's delicious, soft, and gentle on the mouth. For those with dental issues, sensitive gums, or reduced appetite, papaya offers a way to enjoy nourishment that feels more like dessert than medicine. It's easy to prepare, doesn't require cooking, and stores well in the fridge. Henry now eats a bowl of papaya almost every morning, sometimes plain, sometimes mixed with a bit of yogurt or cinnamon. It's his new favorite part of breakfast. And what started as a casual bite at his sister's house became a daily act of care for his own body. "It's strange," he says, "that something so sweet and simple could make me feel so much better. I thought digestion was supposed to get harder with age. I didn't know it could get easier." Let me ask you gently, have you given your body something this kind lately? Something soft, nourishing, and quietly healing? In the next section, we'll explore another gentle giant of digestive health: oats. More than just a warm bowl of breakfast, they're packed with fiber that moves things along and keeps your belly feeling light and satisfied. Number 4, oats, the morning bowl that moves you. Every morning, Frank used to start his day with a slice of white toast and a cup of coffee. It was quick, familiar, and easy. But as the years passed, that simple routine stopped feeling satisfying. He noticed his stomach stayed full in a heavy way, not with energy, but with discomfort. He'd skip lunch, hoping the feeling would pass, but then find himself sluggish and bloated by evening. And worst of all, his bathroom visits became inconsistent. Sometimes 2 days would go by with nothing. When he did go, it was difficult. He chalked it up to age, like so many do, until his neighbor, who was in her 80s and still walking briskly each morning, shared a quiet secret. "Start eating oats for breakfast, just give it a week." So he did. He switched his toast for a warm bowl of oatmeal, adding a splash of almond milk and a few slices of banana. Nothing fancy, nothing extreme. And by the 3rd day, something changed. Frank felt lighter, not just in his stomach, but in his whole mood. He wasn't waiting for discomfort to pass. His mornings were smoother, and yes, his trips to the bathroom were too. So why are oats so effective? Oats are rich in a type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which forms a gentle gel in the digestive tract. This gel softens the stool and adds bulk, making it easier to pass through the intestines without strain. For older adults, whose digestive muscles may not contract as forcefully as before, this kind of fiber acts like a helpful guide, moving things along without urgency or irritation. But oats also nourish the body in other ways. They help lower cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and provide slow-releasing energy that lasts through the morning. And because they're warm, soft, and easy to chew, oats are perfect for those with sensitive teeth or reduced appetite. They're also incredibly versatile. You can cook them with water or milk, mix in fruits, chia seeds, cinnamon, or a spoonful of kefir, turning breakfast into a moment of care rather than routine. Frank now looks forward to his oats each morning. He calls it his reset bowl. Sometimes he eats them warm with blueberries, other times cold and soaked overnight in a jar with chia and yogurt. "I used to eat just to eat," he says. "Now I eat to feel good." And that quiet shift in intention, choosing foods that support his digestion, his energy, and his independence, changed how he felt all day. Let me ask you this. What if your breakfast could be more than just food? What if it could be the reason your belly feels calm, your energy is steady, and your day starts with ease? In the next section, we'll move from grains to roots and explore how a humble, familiar food like sweet potatoes can become a powerful ally in your journey to feeling light and regular again. Number 5, sweet potatoes. Comfort food that cleanses. Martha grew up eating sweet potatoes. Her mother used to roast them with cinnamon on chilly fall mornings, serving them warm with a little butter and a sprinkle of salt. As the years passed and life became busier, Martha stopped making them. Breakfast became toast, lunch something frozen. She hadn't thought about sweet potatoes in years, until a nurse at her senior center gently suggested them after she mentioned her ongoing constipation. "It's a comfort food," the nurse said, "but it's also nature's broom." That phrase stuck with her, so Martha started small. She roasted a batch of sweet potatoes on Sunday, soft, golden, just the way she remembered. Each morning she reheated a piece with breakfast. No powders, no pills, just a warm bite of something familiar. Within days, she noticed she didn't feel so heavy after eating. Her stomach stopped groaning in the afternoons. And most importantly, she began going to the bathroom every single day. No effort, no strain, just a gentle rhythm returning to her life. So what makes sweet potatoes so powerful for digestion? First, they're packed with insoluble fiber, which adds bulk to stool and stimulates the natural contractions of the colon. This is crucial for older adults, whose gut muscles may be slower or less responsive. Unlike some fiber supplements that can feel harsh or cause bloating, the fiber in sweet potatoes works with your body, naturally encouraging movement without discomfort. But there's more. Sweet potatoes are also rich in magnesium, a mineral that helps relax the muscles in the digestive tract, allowing waste to move more smoothly. For seniors who often don't get enough magnesium through diet, this can be a gentle way to support not just digestion, but also sleep, mood, and muscle function. And of course, sweet potatoes are soft, nourishing, and versatile. You can bake them, mash them, steam them, or even blend them into soup. Their mild sweetness pairs beautifully with cinnamon, nutmeg, olive oil, or even plain yogurt. For those who struggle with chewing or lack of appetite, sweet potatoes are easy to eat and often feel like a warm hug in food form. Martha now calls her sweet potatoes my quiet fix. She eats them 3 to 4 times a week and swears by their effect, not just on her digestion, but on her comfort. "It's like my body exhales a little," she says. "I never knew feeling regular could feel so good." Let me gently ask you, is there a simple, comforting food from your past, something warm, familiar, and nourishing, that might also help your body feel better today? In the next section, we'll leave behind solid food and explore something you can drink. A creamy, probiotic-rich beverage that may just be the missing piece for a healthy, happy gut: kefir. Number 6, kefir, probiotic power for daily regularity. When Eleanor first heard about kefir, she wrinkled her nose. "Fermented milk? Isn't that just spoiled yogurt?" she joked. But inside, she was curious. At 76, Eleanor had been dealing with off-and-on constipation for years. Laxatives made her crampy. Fiber powders upset her stomach. She had tried prune juice, warm tea, and every magic solution her friends suggested. Some helped a little. Most didn't last. So when her grandson, who studied nutrition, handed her a bottle of plain kefir and said, "Just drink half a cup a day for a week," she decided to give it a try, more out of love than expectation. The first thing she noticed, it was tart, tangy and creamy, like yogurt, but thinner. She added a few strawberries and a drizzle of honey and drank it chilled. Not bad, she thought. But by the fourth day, what really surprised her wasn't the taste. It was how her stomach felt. Calm, settled, and gently moving. For the first time in months, she had a regular bathroom routine, without strain, without discomfort, and without having to wait and hope. So what exactly is kefir, and why does it work so well? Kefir is a fermented milk drink, rich in probiotics, the good bacteria your gut needs to stay balanced and function properly. As we age, the diversity of bacteria in our gut tends to decrease, often due to medications, antibiotics, diet changes, and stress. This imbalance can lead to bloating, constipation, gas, and slower digestion. Kefir helps repopulate your gut with healthy bacteria, improving not just digestion, but also immune response and even mood. Unlike regular yogurt, kefir contains up to 30 different strains of beneficial bacteria and yeast, making it one of the most potent probiotic foods available. And because the fermentation process breaks down much of the lactose in milk, it's easier to digest, even for people who are slightly lactose intolerant. But kefir isn't just about bacteria. It's also a gentle source of protein, calcium, vitamin B12, and vitamin D, nutrients that older adults often lack, but which are essential for gut health, muscle function, and overall energy. Eleanor made kefir part of her evening routine. About half a cup after dinner, sometimes blended into a smoothie or poured over oats. Within 2 weeks, she felt noticeably better. Her belly wasn't tight anymore. Her clothes fit more comfortably. And perhaps, most importantly, she didn't worry about whether today would be a good day for her digestion. It just became normal again. "I didn't expect something so simple to make such a difference," she said, "but I'm not looking back." Let me ask you gently, could your body be missing the balance it once had? What would change for you if your digestion felt smooth, regular, and easy again? In the next section, we'll move beyond food and explore daily habits that help keep things moving. Simple actions like walking, drinking water, and building a bathroom routine that supports your body naturally. Number 7. Daily habits that help things move. Mildred had spent months carefully adjusting her meals. She ate oats for breakfast, added papaya to lunch, tried chia seeds in her water, and sipped kefir in the evening. And it helped somewhat. Her digestion improved, but it wasn't consistent. Some days were smooth. Other days, she still felt heavy and stuck. It was confusing. She was doing everything right, but something was missing. That something wasn't another superfood. It wasn't a supplement. It was her daily routine. How she moved, drank, and cared for her body outside the kitchen. And as she would soon learn, what we do each day is just as important as what we eat, especially when it comes to digestion after 60. Let's start with water. As we age, our sense of thirst naturally decreases. That means we may not feel thirsty even when our bodies need hydration. On top of that, many older adults drink less water to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night. But without enough fluids, the intestines can't soften the stool, and everything slows down. For Mildred, just the act of keeping a water bottle near her reading chair reminded her to sip throughout the day. She began starting each morning with a full glass of warm water and lemon, gentle on her system and surprisingly effective. Within days, she noticed her belly felt more relaxed and less gassy. Then there's movement. Your digestive system is like a lazy river. It flows best when the rest of you is in motion. You don't need intense workouts or expensive classes. A simple 15 to 20-minute walk after meals can stimulate intestinal contractions, known as peristalsis, which help move food and waste through your gut. Mildred started walking slowly around her garden after breakfast. "It's not fast," she said, "but it's enough to wake my whole body up, inside and out." Another gentle but powerful habit is having a consistent bathroom time. When we were younger, our bodies told us clearly when it was time to go. But with age, those signals fade. Waiting for the urge doesn't always work. That's why building a daily routine, where you sit quietly on the toilet at the same time each day, helps your body rebuild the habit. Mildred chose mid-morning after her walk and second cup of tea. She'd sit, breathe deeply, and read a few pages of a favorite book. No pressure, no rush. And slowly her body responded. "It's like I gave myself permission to let go," she said. There's also something as simple as posture. Sitting hunched over after meals can slow digestion. Mildred began sitting upright, with her feet flat and her back supported during and after eating, and it made a noticeable difference in how she felt. She also learned a gentle abdominal massage technique, moving her hands in a clockwise motion around her belly in the morning or before bed. It became a form of self-care, a daily check-in with her body. These small actions don't seem dramatic on their own, but over time they create momentum, rhythm, and a sense of control, especially important when the body feels unpredictable. Let me gently ask you, have you given your digestion the daily movement, water, and routine it quietly craves? You don't need to do everything at once. Just begin with one habit, a walk, a glass of water, a moment of stillness, and let your body build trust again. In the next section, we'll explore the foods and habits that may be silently slowing you down, and how avoiding a few common mistakes can make your journey to better digestion even smoother. Number 8. What to avoid: foods that slow you down. At 71, Harold thought he was eating fairly healthy. He stayed away from sweets, cooked at home, and rarely ate fast food. But his digestion was unpredictable. Some days he felt bloated and sluggish, other days completely backed up. He was doing so many things right: drinking water, eating fiber, walking daily, yet something still wasn't working. That's when his doctor asked a simple question: "Tell me what you're not thinking about." Together, they looked not at what Harold was adding to his diet, but what he hadn't removed. What they found were quiet culprits, foods and habits that seem harmless, even comforting, but can quietly slow digestion, especially in older adults. Let's start with refined grains. White bread, white rice, and processed breakfast cereals are stripped of most of their fiber. They may feel light in the stomach at first, but they leave little behind to move things through. These soft carbs can clog the system when eaten regularly, especially without fiber-rich sides like vegetables or fruit. Harold had toast with jam every morning, and switching to whole grain oats made a bigger difference than he expected. Then there are red meats, especially when eaten without vegetables. Steak, sausages, bacon, foods that are dense in protein but low in fiber, take longer to digest and move through the gut. This can cause stagnation in the colon, especially if someone is already prone to constipation. That doesn't mean you have to cut out meat entirely, but balance is key. Pair meats with cooked vegetables, leafy greens, or a bowl of soup to ease the load on your digestive system. Cheese and processed dairy are another common culprit. Many older adults develop a mild lactose intolerance over time, even if they didn't have it when younger. This can lead to gas, bloating, and sluggish bowels. Harold was surprised to learn that his afternoon snack of crackers and cheese might be part of the problem. He switched to kefir and felt the difference within days. Then there's caffeine and alcohol. While a cup of coffee can sometimes help you go, too much caffeine can dehydrate the body, making stools harder and more difficult to pass. Alcohol has a similar effect, and it can also disrupt the gut microbiome. Harold didn't drink much, but cutting down from 2 coffees to 1 and adding an extra glass of water smoothed out his routine. Lastly, and perhaps most important, stress and rushing. Eating while distracted, anxious, or in a hurry sends confusing signals to the gut. Digestion is a calm process. It needs time. Slowing down during meals, chewing thoroughly, and sitting upright after eating can make a bigger difference than any supplement. For Harold, removing just a few of these hidden blockers, white bread, processed cheese, and mealtime multitasking, was the final piece of the puzzle. I didn't realize how much I was getting in my own way, he said. I was doing so much to feel better, but I had to let go of a few things too. Let me ask you gently, are there quiet habits or comfort foods in your day that might be holding you back without you even realizing it? In the next and final section, we'll reflect on everything we've learned, how small changes, simple foods, and kind routines can gently return your body to balance and help you feel light, clear, and steady again. If you've stayed with me until now, it means you care, truly care, about your health, your comfort, and the way your body feels each day. And I want to tell you, from my heart to yours, that already makes you strong. Digestive issues like constipation, bloating, or irregularity are often brushed off as just part of aging. But deep down, you know how much they affect the way you move, rest, eat, and live. They may not be easy to talk about, but they are real and they matter. You matter. This isn't just about going to the bathroom more easily. It's about waking up in the morning without discomfort, eating without fear of what will come later, moving through the day without that heavy, sluggish feeling that slows you down and steals your energy. And the best part is, none of the solutions we talked about today are extreme or out of reach. You don't need fancy supplements or strict diets or hours of exercise. You simply need awareness, intention, and small, loving choices. A tablespoon of chia seeds in water, a sweet slice of papaya in the morning, a warm bowl of oats to start your day, roasted sweet potatoes that comfort your body from the inside out, a glass of kefir that brings your gut back into balance, a few steps after breakfast, a deep breath before dinner, a quiet moment of care when you sit, stretch, or drink a little more water. These are not big things, but they send a big message to your body. I'm here, I'm listening, I still care. And what a powerful message that is. You see, your body is not finished. It may be older, it may be slower, but it is not done. It still wants to heal. It still wants to help you feel clear, light, and capable. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin with one kind decision at a time. Maybe that decision is taking a walk after lunch instead of lying down. Maybe it's choosing whole oats instead of white bread. Maybe it's replacing that second coffee with a glass of warm water. Or maybe it's simply believing, for the first time in a long time, that you don't have to live with discomfort as your new normal. Lightness is not a memory, it's a possibility, and it's closer than you. So as you leave this video, I invite you to carry this with you. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are simply beginning again. And every small change you make, every meal, every movement, every moment of care is a quiet step toward a body that feels like home again. You deserve that. You always have. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and haven't yet liked and subscribed, now is the perfect time to do so. It really helps our channel grow and reach more people who need this kind of helpful content. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll always know when a new video is up. Your support truly means the world to us. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.